America, land of the free, home of the brave, and let's be honest, the playground of the scandalous. Today, we're opening up the nation's juiciest historical gossip file, packed with stories that would make even TMZ say, "Whoa, save it for the group chat." So, grab your popcorn and let's dish on 10 of the wildest, weirdest, and most can't believe that actually happened scandals in U.S. history. 1. The Hamilton-Reynolds Affair, America's first political sex scandal, 1790s. Before there were presidents with Twitter accounts, there was Alexander Hamilton, founding father, treasury whiz, and apparently the original slide into your DMs guy. Hamilton got tangled up with Maria Reynolds, who was married and only too happy to accept his financial advice. Her husband, James Reynolds, discovered the affair and promptly became America's first blackmailer. Hamilton paid hush money, but when rumors started swirling, he published a 95-page pamphlet confessing everything. Instead of no comment, he hit publish all. It's basically the 18th century version of a celebrity notes app apology, except with more powdered wigs and fewer emojis. 2. The Burr-Hamilton duel, Founding Fathers Gone Wild, 1804. Let's keep the Hamilton drama rolling. Vice President Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton took disagreement to the next level. After years of political beef and enough insults to fill a Twitter thread, Burr challenged Hamilton to a duel. Spoiler, only one of them brought a comeback. Hamilton was shot and killed, Burr got charged with murder, and America learned that our founding fathers were basically just politicians with better hats and worse conflict resolution skills. Burr's career went down faster than a colonial ale, and the duel became the messiest he said he shot story in history. 3. The Peggy Eaton Affair, Washington's Real Housewives, 1829 to 1831. The White House in the 1830s. Imagine desperate housewives, but with more bonnets and fewer pool boys. Peggy Eaton, wife of Secretary of War John Eaton, became the target of DC gossip because of rumors about her reputation. Cabinet wives iced her out so hard she needed a jacket. President Andrew Jackson got so mad defending her honor and reliving drama from his own late wife's scandals that half his cabinet resigned. It's the only time in U.S. history when the government nearly collapsed because of a mean girl's lunch table. 4. The Gold Rush Greed, the San Francisco vigilante hangings, 1850s. California's gold rush was less, yay, we're rich, and more, yay, we're mob justice enthusiasts. San Francisco exploded with fortune seekers, con men, and enough shady characters to fill a pirate ship. When crime soared and the government failed to keep up, the Committee of Vigilance formed, a kind of neighborhood watch, but with more nooses. They hung suspected criminals from lampposts, banished politicians, and basically ran the city for a while. Nothing says scandal like a city run by a committee whose official motto was basically, "Trust us, we're angry." 5. The Credit Mobilier Scandal, Congress cashes in, 1872. What's more American than a railroad? A railroad scandal. In the 1870s, congressmen invested in the Credit Mobilier Construction Company and then conveniently voted at massive government contracts. When the cover-up unraveled, the nation discovered that half the government was getting paid under the table, and the other half was just mad they weren't invited. The press had a field day, politicians got grilled harder than 4th of July hot dogs, and the phrase, conflict of interest, got a lot more popular. 6. Teapot Dome, Oil, Bribes, and Bad Geology Puns, 1920s. If you think your landlord is sketchy, meet Albert Fall, Secretary of the Interior and the first U.S. cabinet member sent to prison. He secretly leased government oil reserves at Teapot Dome, Wyoming, to his buddies in exchange for loans, aka bribes stacked higher than a Jenga tower. Once the news broke, the scandal rocked the Harding administration, and Fall ended up behind bars. The only thing leaking faster than those oil reserves was the government's reputation. 7. The Lindbergh Crime of the Century, 1932. Charles Lindbergh was America's golden boy, first to fly solo across the Atlantic, hero to millions, and the father of a baby who became the center of the nation's most sensational kidnapping case. When his toddler was snatched from the family home, the press lost its collective mind. Ransom notes, false leads, and a media circus followed. The case ended with a shady trial, a controversial execution, and enough conspiracy theories to power 5 seasons of unsolved mysteries. If tabloids existed back then, they would have just exploded. 8. The Hollywood Blacklist. Red Scare, Red Carpet, 1947-1960. Lights, camera, paranoia. The House Un-American Activities Committee decided Hollywood was crawling with communists. Cue the blacklisting of actors, writers, and directors, sometimes based on evidence as solid as, he once wore a red scarf. Careers were destroyed, friendships ended, and movie scripts suddenly got a lot less interesting. The only thing scarier than communism, a Hollywood agent's phone not ringing. 9. The JFK Marilyn Monroe rumors. Camelot gets saucy, 1960s. The 1960s, flower power, moon landings, and presidential gossip that could melt a Secret Service earpiece. Rumors swirled about an affair between President John F. Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe, America's sweetheart and America's, other sweetheart. Was it true? The evidence is as fuzzy as a Bigfoot photo, but that didn't stop the tabloids or Marilyn from singing.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
In a dress so tight the fabric filed a complaint. 10. Watergate, the break-in that broke everything, 1972 to 74. Okay, we're tiptoeing right up to 1970, but you can't talk American scandal without Watergate. 5 guys in business suits broke into the Democratic National Committee headquarters to bug the place, because nothing says trustworthy leader like amateur hour espionage. President Nixon tried to cover it up, but the tapes rolled, the press pounced, and suddenly, "I am not a crook" became the world's least convincing statement. Nixon resigned, America got a crash course in constitutional law, and every future scandal got the gate treatment. Pizzagate, Deflategate, even Showergate. Don't ask. So the next time you hear someone say, things were better in the good old days, just remember, from duels and affairs to oil bribes and bugged typewriters, America's always had a taste for the scandalous. History isn't just about battles and speeches. It's about the dirt, the drama, and the juicy stories teachers were definitely not allowed to tell you in school. If you enjoyed these tales of mischief and mayhem, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join us next time for more Hidden History Dork, where the only thing we love more than history is a good historical mess.